Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be on the officially gassed Honda Integra all-wheel drive conversion. As you may have seen from Jamie's latest video, he took it out for its first drive and we had a small little failure with it. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to the workshop, explain what's happened, show you the new parts that we're going to install, and then you'll get Josh fitting those parts as well. The plan is, later this week, the car is actually going for its first OG battle with Jamie driving it against something we can't reveal yet, but that is going to be later on in the end of the video. So yeah, stay tuned, and this is going to be a good one.
Yes guys, so you are back with Mr. Officially Gassed himself, Jamie, who introduces himself like that's cringy, isn't it? Anyway, since you're here, massive shout out to Auto Talk. I am back down here today to basically check over and just see what's going on with the failure that happened. But before we get there, telling people a little bit about the car that might not know about its journey. I rocked up to Auto Talk maybe 8-9 months ago with a turboed Integra, which, funnily enough, before that was actually supercharged. However, when I rocked up here, it was turboed and it was on stock engine, and the plan was to four-wheel drive it. It went through many different kind of phases of four-wheel. Well, in fact, we started with a cheap four-wheel drive setup, ended up doing the wagon or the shuttle, the UK kind of version of a wagon, which is shuttle, which the UK people know. All the running gear to kind of, you know, beef up the drivetrain. On top of that, we fitted a sequential box. We went Cyvex. It was never meant to be Cyvex. We went Cyvex. Just loads of iterations of, you know, making it better. And now what we have is a crazy, crazy car. So fast forwarding now to my first drive, which was a little while ago now, just earlier in the week. Yeah, I got my first experience of what a 620 brake horsepower four-wheel drive Cyvex sequential Integra is actually like. And if you ain't already seen the video, or if you have seen the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. But let me tell you, this is top 5 craziest cars I've ever driven. And I've driven hundreds of cars, and that's no exaggeration, hundreds of cars, and some of the craziest cars in the UK. And this is definitely top 5. And I'm not saying that just because it's my car. If you haven't seen the video, go watch it. If you have seen it, you know what I'm saying. This car is absolutely crazy. And then what happened towards the end of the video, because I like to be transparent, because I believe in this build, yeah? And again, we're not trying to hide anything. Auto Talk have went above and beyond any other kind of four-wheel drive build that I've personally seen to put this car together. So I wanted to test it because I had a race coming up, and I sent it on launch control, and I snapped the shaft. Admittedly, the shafts were stock, so you know, yeah, I was asking for trouble. That was something we didn't do, but knew that could be a possible breakage point. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So anyway, follow me over. We have now, as you see, got new shafts in this bad boy. And what we fitted is insane 1,000 horsepower shafts. So I don't think we're gonna be breaking them anytime soon. But you know, this is me driving, so hold my beer. The next thing is, or a next breakage point that we're fully aware of that could happen, but you know, people get mixed results. We see a lot of people, mainly in America, mainly with Civic builds, because there's not a lot of four-wheel drive Integras running around, running stock transfer boxes, and that's transfer casings and gears, right? That should be good up to 8, 9, maybe 1,000 brake horsepower, depending on the veracity of the launches. And then other people are breaking them at like 400, 500 brake horsepower. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So anyway, now I've replaced the shafts. Next place to go, probably gonna be that. But you know, we'll send it, and if it breaks on camera, and you guys will know. And also is good info to see these things happen in real time, so you can make a judgment call whether or not you wanna build it like straight billet or whatever from the offset, or you wanna kind of go down my route. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it breaks, you fix it or upgrade it. So anyway, this is our shaft, offside front. So basically driver's side, and it sheared off pretty clean. That is a stock drive shaft. As I say, we've got the new insane drive shafts. Now let me tell you a little bit about these insane drive shafts. One reason you don't want to replace them till you have to replace them, £1,400 for a set of drive shafts. Yeah, mad. Anyway, follow me over here. So now, most people won't actually know what they're looking at here, but this is a crucial part of the four-wheel drive when it comes to the Integra and the Civic or the wagon drivetrain. So this is the viscous coupler. So the way a viscous coupler works is almost like a mechanical Haldex system. So for those who don't even know what a Haldex system is, basically it means that the car will run front-wheel drive until it senses slip and send power to the rear. So the way a Haldex system works, I believe, is it does it through like sensors and whatever, and then it basically locks up the rear, whatever. Anyway, this is old school way. So the way this works is when it senses slip on the back, it has all these, I'm not going to get too technical because I don't know, Josh will talk you through it, but basically it's down to all these plates locking up and then like the oil in it all working together and then sending power to the rear. We found when we done the first drive, it felt heavily front wheel drive until maybe third gear, about third gear, until it really started motoring. So we could tell the four wheel drive's definitely working, but we didn't think it was working to its optimum kind of point. So we done some research and we found that a lot of these, like we'll do 200K on a wagon, Civic wagon that they originally came out of, and never be serviced. Why would you service something that's not a serviceable item, right? However, we've opened this one up to check the condition of oil. For one, barely no oil in it. Like there's nothing in it, right? So everything you see here is what come out of it. So there's pretty much no oil in it. Now there's not meant to be masses of oil. I think, again, I know we work in milliliters, but I think from finding out what Americans kind of measure it in, it's about 9 or 10 ounces or something. But basically it's not a lot. It's probably under 300 mil. But anyway, there's no way 300 mil worth of oil was in this. So that is a big problem there. So that was probably causing a lot of the power to go to the front, maybe even the cause of the drive shaft breaking, spinning a lot, you know, axle hop or whatever. So we're going to service the viscous coupler, and fingers crossed when it goes all back together, it will be good as gold. The only thing is, once everything is working right, you know, it always does the weakest link. So who knows what's next to break. But I'm going to send it for science sake, and we're going to find out. But yeah, that's pretty much enough from me. Massive shout out to Auto Talk. If you don't know about Auto Talk, please get to know. They do crazy builds like this. And yeah, they hooked me up. So yeah, shout out to Auto Talk. And I think Josh is now going to talk you through some more techie stuff. So enjoy.
Right, okay guys, yeah, so a little bit of an update. So in case some of you haven't or have seen Jamie's recent videos, one of them would have been his first drive / first launch. All went well until he launched it. Yeah, safe to say he snapped the drive shaft. It was a stock drive shaft. It was one of them where we kind of expected it / didn't expect it. Well, we kind of did expect it, I ain't gonna lie. But it was one of them where we didn't know whether or not it needed to go upgraded or not. So that's why we tested launch. It came quite apparent, obviously, that we need to upgrade them. It snapped it straight enough. Got the old pieces somewhere on the floor down here. So we're prepping for Friday. So today's Wednesday. Friday is going to be an OG battle day, and Jamie's hoping to take his car on the battles. So we've now got a set of insane drive shafts fitted to the car, front drive shafts. They are supposedly rated for 1,000 wheel horsepower. Along with some other little tweaking here and there, we've decided to change the fluid out on the viscous coupler, which is this little unit here. At the moment it is disassembled. If you want to look at it like this, okay. So these plates belong on this shaft. This shaft I've just cleaned. And on this shaft, try and get it right around, yep. So on this shaft, I've got this little spline. I've got these little plates here. And all of these plates go onto this shaft. So these plates go onto the shaft and inside this basket. You can look at these plates as like an A plate and a B plate, and it keeps recurring. So A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. For this top plate here, you can see it's got a little keyway or like a spline on the outer edge. And then the next plate has got the same sort of keyway but on the inner edge. So the inner plate there and so on and so forth throughout the stack will lock onto this shaft here. The outer plates lock onto this. So that's what allows it to spin basically like this. Okay, so you've got the plates, and if there was no fluid in there, the two of them would just move independently, allow the plates to engage and send drive to the rear.
I messed it up, so I might as well jump in. Sorry guys, I'm leaving.
No, it's cool, it's cool. For those who probably don't know, because we didn't know without a lot of extensive research, the fluid in this doesn't take a lot. It works at about 300 ml. It takes something called a silicon fluid. The only way I can describe it, it's very sticky, it's not runny, and it's like a jelly. Like you put it in your hands and it just like strings across, almost like melted cheese in a way. As I just mentioned, it's a silicon fluid. So this type of fluid here isn't the most obvious thing or easiest thing to find. So I'm going to tell you, this is from like remote control car. You go online, you type in remote control car parts, it will come up with some sort of website where you can buy parts for your remote control car from this place, this place, or this place. They use this stuff, and it's very, very similar. In fact, it's the same. They use it in like their shock absorbers on their little cars or in like diffs, etc. And you can get it in different weights, so you can get like a 30k, 40k, 50k, all the way up to 100k. All that is basically like how in our application, how aggressive viscous is going to lock up. So we've opted for 50k, and we're going to see how it is. If it's too loose, then we'll go up a weight. If it's too tight, we'll go down a weight and go from there. But just a little bit of knowledge there. It comes in little bottles like this, and like that. So yeah, at the moment I've got it all apart. Basically I've got to clean all of these plates up and then restack them and fill this up with fluid, and then I'm going to leave it overnight because of how dense and, well, to be quite honest, how obscure this fluid is. I'm going to try and make sure there's no air in it before I seal it back up, and then I can put it back in the car tomorrow. Right, yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. Well, I'm going to carry on working on this for a little bit, but the next time you'll see us will be Friday when we go to the battles. Hopefully it all goes well and the car does what it's supposed to do, but either way we're going to capture it, we're going to see it, we're going to be there to help out, and we'll catch you then.
Okay, so Josh is now cracking on with the car. We're going to end the video here. The next one you're going to see is Jamie's car at the OG Battles. Stay tuned and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.